plots. Chavez, a thorn in the side of the U.S. for years.
Yesterday, the devil came here.
In 2006, he attacked President George W. Bush.
Yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, from this rostrum, the President of the United States, the gentleman to whom I refer as the devil.
In 2009, Chavez gave President Obama a book on American abuse in Latin America when the two met for the first time at the Summit of the Americas.
Well, I think it was a nice gesture to give me a book.
But by 2010,
Obama to me until now has been a great disappointment.
the U.S. has accused Chavez of supporting radical movements in Latin America and even Hezbollah operatives. He's been a close ally of both Cuba's Fidel Castro and Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Chavez, experts say, always knew how to play all the sides.
With one hand, he tries to be the eventual evolution of Fidel Castro to the left, and on the other hand, he tries to make nice so it looks like he is not so bad.
The U.S. imposed sanctions on 7 Venezuelan companies, including the state oil company, for supporting Iran. But still, Venezuela is an important economic partner for the U.S. About 500 American companies are represented in Venezuela. Barbara Starr, CNN, The Pentagon.
Well, that report was by Barbara Starr on the relationship the late Venezuelan president had with the U.S. government. Well, over to the Middle East, the United Nations says that more than 1 million Syrians are now refugees, and that means nearly 1 out of every 22 citizens have fled the civil war. Nearly 300,000 refugees are fleeing to Jordan, where authorities say is flooded. CNN's Nick Patton-Wells looks at the dangers they face there.
Through the fence they stagger, like the ghosts of a country dying slowly. Fleeing for their lives, clutching what's left of them. From war to limbo as refugees, and Jordan, thousands every night. The oldest left to carry Syria's very youngest. 21 wounded this night. Terrified enough to be walking out with a chest wound. Jordan's army wants us to see they're doing what they can, but they are being flooded. Over 50,000 in about a month. Shrapnel hit his head, shielded by his mother. The man writhes in agony and can't lift up either leg when the doctor asks him. The darkness on the skyline is Syria, the shelling close.
Inside Syria, but it's very close to our border right now.
Too close?
Yeah, too close.
On the other side of the wire are perhaps 400,000 homeless Syrians. And some cannot wait for the shelling to stop. This man in leather is one rebel helping their escape. They've had this perilous ordeal, making that crossing at night. We're hearing artillery quite close by, and now another ordeal awaits them, life in a country where they're increasingly unwelcome. This is safety, but not the life they want. Even here, terror endures so fiercely they hide from our camera. And with warmth comes the start of being herded into buses, then into camps. Jordan's welcome slowly exhausted by their sheer number, and it's just getting started. These 3 rebel fighters, boys really, but having dropped off their families, going back to fight with the words of men. There are men left, he says, but the families have fled in very large numbers in all of the city of Dara. You can now count the people left on your fingers. Syria is emptying. Now the regime is moving on Dara, and in the months to come, the exodus will increase. The space left for them here, shrinking slowly. Nick Payton-Walsh, CNN, on the Syrian-Jordanian border.
Well, we now take a second break. GRTS's Fatou Jassi joins us right after with the sports.
jaral suñu liggéey ci ay anam yu wóor te gaaw mun ngeen ñu seet ci nag ci suñu bànqaas bu mag ba ci number 50 Keraba Avenue wala ngeen oote ci numbers 4399144 wala 4378489 amal nañ leen ay bànqaas yu bëri ci Greater Banjul area bi ak i tamit ci réew mi yëpp Tabokoto London Corner Cow Junction Bakote Brikama Njambaay Brikama Hawlakunda Bansang Bara Soma Farafenye Basse Highway Basse Santusu ak Fototo yii rek doonul suñu banqaas yëpp ñeneen fukk lañ ak benn ca FIG amal nañ leen juróom-ñaari yoon yi nga xam ne di ngeen ci mën a yónni ak it jëli seen xaalis mu doon MoneyGram Money Express Connection Express Lee Direct Western Union Ria ak Wari bu leen koy yónni wala jëli ko rek waaye FIG leen ko ndaxte taamu nañ di teg suñu liggéey ci ay anam yu wóor te gaaw.
Welcome back and welcome, Fatou.
Thank you, Ajay. Football star Tijan Jete has donated sporting gears to cabinet. The gifts were received by the Fisheries Minister, Mas Aksegay. Maurice Jallo has more on that.
Receiving the gift on behalf of the Gambian leader, the Fisheries and Water Resources Minister described the donor as a patriot, commending him for the gesture. As for the Fisheries and Water Resources Minister, Tijan is someone he nurtured way back at the Gambia Ports Authority Football Club, coming down to the national under-17 and under-20 teams respectively.
I was proud of him when I read one of these rejoinders sometimes in the newspapers when he said, the President, His Excellency, has given so much into them, into youth football. What next should they be giving out now? That's all he can do. Today, we'll be very proud of him. My cabinet colleagues will be very proud of him because we are going to put on our tracksuits. In any situation we are called on sports, we will join the fitness gym to go and make ourselves fit. We will use our tracksuits and always we will be proud of that Tijan has given out.
Minister Gay opined that if all Gambian footballers emulate Tijan Jaita's benevolence in supporting football, then today football equipment would no longer be a problem for this country. For Tijan, contributing his quota in national development in the area of football is part of his responsibility and by extension the responsibility of all and sundry. He commended President Jammeh for his huge support for Gambian football, which according to him deserves compliment. He further described the gesture as significant.
I think it's my responsibility, and I think it's the whole of the Gambian people responsibility to do your part in the country, you know, because we should not be saying that maybe the president or somebody should do something for us. You know, we should be the one trying to do something for the country.
Tijan Jaita is known for his benevolence to many sectors of Gambian society. First, he donated sporting gears to his alma mater, Gambia Senior Secondary School, Gambia Armed Forces, and local football clubs, a move described by many as laudable and worthy of emulation. Momodes Jallo, GRTS Sports.
Well, that's all in sports. Back to you, Aji.
Thank you, Fatou. And from sports, we now shift our attention to the weather report, courtesy of the Central Forecast Office.
And from there, everything follows. And for those of us who know what the River Gambia stands for, understanding its sustainability in all aspects of life is easily confirmed. The River Gambia provides nutritious delicacies as food, while it provides its wildlife a balanced ecosystem. This river, as a sanctuary, is committed to its inhabitants' needs without season. And as you travel along, all these values are replicated in one company, Elton. Just like the River Gambia, leads in its commitment to values that matter most. Elton, championing the vision for a new generation.